All right. We'll go ahead and get rolling. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. All right, you guys. So welcome to MindShift Monday. All right. MindShift Monday. If this is your first time here, I want to say thank you. Regardless whether you are watching this live, whether you're watching this on Spotify or listening to it on Apple Podcasts, however you are receiving this message, I just want to say thank you. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share with somebody to inspire them as well, and be inspired, enlightened, and encouraged and empowered. Okay? So, MindShift Monday, we exercise everything else. So, why not exercise the way that we think and see things? Okay? The way that we think and see things so that we can have a higher perspective for a new world, the world that we're creating. Okay? This is also a heart based frequency, which means it's all love. So, it's for growth and expansion. It's all love for growth and expansion. So, receive it how you need to. Again, share it with someone who you want to see grow and expand and who you feel has that the untapped potential, or maybe already has the potential. They just might need the message because they need to share it with someone too. Regardless, all right? It's a heart-based frequency and it's all love. Today's show, y'all, today's show is brought to you by leadingwhilelearning.com. All right, you never know who you will inspire. Okay, Leading While Learning is my babe. Like, Leading While Learning is bae. All right, that's the first book I wrote. And now we are extending and expanding and growing into the platform that I have always wanted to create. So I look forward to building with different people and just putting out more information, right? But it's brought to you by leadingwhilelearning.com. You never know who you will inspire, where we are bridging the knowledge gap between generations and information, all right? With a focus on spirituality, economics, and wealth, right? So there are going to be different categories, all types of things. I'm not going to get into it, but just go to leadingwhilelearning.com if you want to learn more, all right? Now, the quote of the day that I have comes from Brian Tracy. All right. If you don't know who Brian Tracy is, and it's an excerpt from the Treasury of Quotes, right? America's leading business authority on success. Brian Tracy, you know how YouTube is. Just go ahead and get on there. You'll find all his videos and you'll be inspired, okay? Inspired into action. But the quote that I have is the history of the human race is the history of ordinary people who have overcome their fears and accomplished extraordinary things. Okay? Today's show, this episode 40. We on episode 40, y'all. Man, it went by so fast, but at the same time, it was, I don't know how to say it. It was just doing it, right? This year has been like 5 years in one. I don't know how y'all feeling about 2023, but I just feel like we done went through multiple years. We done experienced all the years of the pandemic, all within this year, and then some other years, and then some other years. Like, we done really experienced a lot of things in one. But I think it's all for a greater expansion in our lives and for the growth that we need. So I'm here for it. But today's show is, are you in network or out of network, right? Are you in network or out of network? Okay? Being of service, activating our dreams, intuition, and abundance. Okay? We're definitely getting into it right now. So, leading into this in network and out of network. Most of the time when we hear in network, out of network, right? What's the first thing that we think about? What comes to our mind when we hear in network, right? Or out of network? Probably going to the doctor, being covered by our health insurance or some type of insurance, and in some type of way, right? Some type of coverage. Well, today it's in reference to being in alignment, being purposeful and intentional so that we are lined up directly with being able to activate our dreams and visions into the world through trusting and following our intuitive guidance and nudges and being open to how abundance is present in our reality by how we think and see things and appreciate what we have and being of service in the world to receive all the things mentioned. Okay. So in network, out of network, right? And I got some things down for y'all because I just wanted to make sure that, I stayed true to what I wanted to hit on today. Usually it could be a freestyle, it could be any type of way because, again, MindShift Monday, it's a show, it's an episode, but at the same time, it's still me with you. Like it's not me talking at you or against you. It's for empowerment and enlightenment so that we can see things differently. That's it, right? New pathways. Everybody's opening up to so many new things. And in order for us to be able to see that, we have to be aware, first of all, in order to even be in that, again, network, right? So we're going to get into this in network, out of network. But first of all, being of service, what does this look like? All right? Being of service. Being of service can look like showing up every day and taking an initiative and action with the vision that has been given to us, right? So what has been given to us is knowledge, abilities, gifts, blessings that are meant for us to offer to the world. This could look like starting a business, right? This could look like great customer service. This could look like great customer service. You know how to make people smile and feel thought of, right? This could look like consistently showing up and pouring into others and receiving the same in various ways that may be unexpected, right? Because sometimes we may pour into people and we might be looking around like, well, they're not really doing their part or something. Like, sometimes you might feel away. But then, boom, you get hit with an unexpected blessing or gift or someone else to pour into you, right? So cool. All right. So again, this can look like consistently showing up and pouring into others and receiving the same in various ways that may even be unexpected. When we are not in service or in network, right, we have no reception, which means we have no connection to the source, right? To the Most High, to God, to our divine birthright, to the divine intelligence that illuminates and enlightens everything in the universe and on this earth. Okay. It can look like an out of body, out of mind experience when you have no clue what to do because you have not given enough time to cultivate that divine connection to receive the divine guidance needed to move purposefully and intentionally. Okay. You may have missed calls. You may have missed calls, right? Because of this in network, out of network experience, right? This out of network experience, this no network, no reception experience, right? You may have blocked the call, right? Or the call may have gotten blocked, right? You may have gotten disconnected, okay? So, what do we see about ourselves that allows us to say, when I'm being of service in my daily living and in the world, what does this truly look like, right? Of course, taking care of yourself, right? The main thing always is making sure that you're taking care of yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, then how are you able to be of service? How can you do anything, right? You're just spinning your wheels, exhausted. You're just running on fumes, okay? And we know what happens when you run on fumes. You obviously have no gas, Okay, so you're not going anywhere for long, right? You're gonna make it to the exit, maybe. You might, you may not. Okay, I'm sure we've all tried that before. Okay, so I know I long time ago, guys. I, now that I know about cars, it's a at the lowest. Keep your car in a quarter tank. This is a side note, okay? Quarter tank at the lowest. Treat that like you half, like you're empty, or treat your half like you're empty, right? And you'll never run out of gas. You go, okay, yeah. But anyway, that's kind of like a side gesture, suggestion. So anyway, when we are truly in service and offering when we are truly in service and offering the medicine that not only the world needs, but those around us need, then things begin to unexpectedly shift and grow and expand into all directions for us to truly experience abundance. Okay. So again, what what do we see about ourselves that allows us to say what I'm being of when I'm being of service in my daily living and in the world, what does this truly look like? All right. And if this is something that you're already doing, again, kudos, okay? But, sometimes we need a reminder. Sometimes, things are shifting and changing in our life. And in order for us to truly, gain perspective on the new network, the new way of being, the new way of seeing things, you may have to step out, right? You may have to actually step out, right? You may have to move around, okay? So this is where activated intuition in our dreams comes from, right? Because when our intuition is activated, we begin to move different, way different than what people may be used to seeing us move or thinking they knew how we moved, right? We begin to look different. We begin to feel different because we are in network, okay? We are within that divine connection that guides us into the resourcefulness of always having what we need, no matter what it looks like or seems like, okay? And if we don't have it or think we do, it shows up for us in some form or fashion because, again, we are in network. And when other people are being purposeful and intentional in their body, in their network, we get to experience what they have to offer to the world, right? What they have to offer to us, okay? In general, we get to experience, them being a blessing in some way, right? In the reverse, the same thing. They get to experience us. So we see this every day with material items, things we buy, ideas from dreams to physical manifestation. It becomes real. When we are out of network, nothing seems to work, not even electronics. We swear it's Mercury retrograde, okay? Like, what month when is Mercury retrograde? Okay, it's not right now. Okay, this just happening. It's something happening right. Okay, I can understand that. Like, it's not always Mercury retrograde. It's something now that the planets, they be doing their thing, right? Things, but hey, we gonna let them do. Sometimes we gotta step out of that network as well and just observe exactly what our true connection is, right? Sometimes you can actually step out of that realm, right? And just look, right? When you do that, that's when you truly have an understanding of your connection. Now, everything, of course, outside of us, whether it's stars, whether it's, the planets, whether it's, plasma TV, everything is a reflection of something going on inside of us, right? We have cells inside of us. That's why we have a reception, okay? You know, our body literally answers us. We have questions, we receive answers, okay? The body is a living answering machine. It's just, we weren't really taught this in school. We weren't really taught this, in our day-to-day living, depending on how you grew up, right? It was always something outside of us that was, giving us the answers. And that's true too. It's both ways. But when you are really in your network, when you are really in your body, like really receiving the messages, it hits a little different because it's real, right? It's almost like getting nudged from the back. You're like, wait, hold on now. What was that? What did you just ask yourself a few minutes ago? Right? What did you just ask God a few minutes ago? The Most High, what did you just say? What were you just doing? We got to pay attention to those things as well, right? So, anyway, all right, so let me stay on point. So we see this again in every day with material items, things we buy, ideas from dreams to physical manifestation. It becomes real. When we are out of network, nothing seems to work, not even electronics. We swear it's Mercury retrograde. Everything it just keeps happening to us. Like, what's going on? Man, same day, same shit. Like, that's, the slogans everybody got to say. Everybody got some, fanciful, crazy to say, same different day, or things are always happening to me, right? Hopefully great things, right? But I can understand, things happen in life, right? So being realistic, okay, even the things that seem like, they're happening when you're doing your best and it may seem like it's breaking down, really it's just things breaking up for the breakthrough, okay? So that's something to keep in mind too. So we don't appreciate what we are receiving. We just end up receiving and never giving. Nothing is balanced. Dreams and visions that are gifts and abilities die, or they become unused, untapped potential. Being intuitive is trust. It is a trust, right? It's a living trust. Okay. If you don't trust yourself, then put your trust in the creator, right? Put your trust in the most high. Put your trust in the source of all living things and begin to see how you will be restored to intuitively trust yourself and your inner guidance and your outer guidance, right? Sometimes being out of network isn't a bad thing, actually. Okay? Let me make sure. Yeah, sometimes being out of network isn't a bad thing. All right? Sometimes the network you were connected to is not offering what you need now. Okay. Right. It's not offering what you need right now. Or maybe you might just need to go back, right, to a space that does offer what you need now and then go forward. Right. That happens in life. Okay. So you have to travel outside to find a new network. It's not always a bad thing to be out of network. Hell, when you're traveling on the highway, you're on a road trip somewhere, you may be in network, all bars, all great receptions, 5G, LT, 69D, okay? And then next thing you know, everything drops. You can't even get a call out. You might get 3 bars and see you missed 12 calls, 12 messages, emails, you missed everything, getting all the notifications, right? So, again, it's not always a bad thing to be out of network. It's more so understanding that type of activation, okay? That type of coverage we have in our life to know when it's time to move on from something, move through something, places, people, things, spaces, experiences, environments, and into a new everything within our life, okay? This doesn't even discount our past experiences, right? Our past in-network experiences, right? Everything was meant to show us and grow us for the next phase of our life, to do our life's greatest work. So more than anything, can we trust and appreciate where we are now, where we have been, so we can appreciate where we are heading, the people, the places, the spaces, the environments, the everything, the connections that are in our new in network. Okay. Sometimes you will have to travel out of network to step into a new space, a new network, a new connection. Okay. And to actually step into an abundant state of living and being. All right. This is where we trust the process, no matter how long it takes. Okay, no matter how long it takes, no matter what it looks like, No matter the risks, the challenges, the losses, the gains, we still have everything we need to live abundantly. Starting first in our heart, then raising that frequency into our mind so that we can see the world abundantly, so we can see things abundantly, right? And think that way as well, right? We got to reprogram some things. Everybody's always speaking about the subconscious mind, being conscious, the subconscious, unconscious, all these different ways, right? These things have to shift. They need to be reprogrammed, okay? Right? So, again, starting first in our heart, then raising that frequency into our mind so that we can see the world abundantly and not from a state of poverty, not from our trauma, not from our lack, not from our past experiences that may have caused us harm, disappointment. Heck, it could have been great experiences, okay? But now there is more on the way. This new network that you traveled out of network to is blessed with more in store. So again, being in network, once we are receiving and giving, once we have good reception, things start happening in our life that look like miracles. Okay, it becomes all of a sudden. All right, our lives change. We literally shift into new ways of being, dimensions, perspectives. We even change internally and externally. And this still takes time. So we have to be patient with ourselves. We have to be patient with the process, right? Peace, patience, and prosperity. I love that, right? And you're protected along the way as you do that, okay? All right, so again, this still takes time. It's not a one and done, okay? If you plan on creating and receiving anything in life, then everything we are doing is for the long way, right? Abundant living, when you have a vision for something, okay? Abundant living is a mentality that isn't short term. Like it's a now, a right now thing that you have to take with you in your present reality and all that we do. Gratitude is the key to stepping into that way of living. So, what are we truly grateful for, and how appreciative are we for what we have? The people, the interactions, the joy is a state of abundance. Peace is well. Wealth is too. Wealth is resources, and being resourced enough to know you have everything you need at all times, right? So, are you afraid to, take that risk to even go out of network, right? It's again the coverage, just like your insurance, right? Just because your insurance provider says that the doctor that you want to visit isn't in network, but you do have some out of network coverage, right? Some things they may not cover, right? But are you still just going to say, oh well, I'll just settle, or I might just try somebody new, right? When you know that this out of network provider, this new provider, the one that you're used to, you're like, nah, this is the person I've been going to this whole time. I'm just gonna have to pay a little bit more, or I'll take the risk. It may be a little challenging, but I'm gonna do it, right? Either way, you're stepping into your intuition, right? Activating these things, bringing these things online so that you can know how to move, right? Purposefully and intentionally. Again, being out of network, right, can sometimes feel like you're out of your body, you're out of your mind, like nothing's working, okay? And sometimes you can actually travel out of network literally because you're traveling out of network to go to a new place, a new space, a new experience. Again, like road trips, okay? You find yourself traveling on the highway. You go through a storm. You may go through a beautiful day, and it's just the town doesn't have what you need. So you got to keep moving through. You might stop to use the bathroom, but you're like, shoot, I can't even call out. My dial pad not even working. Like my phone is just, nah, we got to keep going, y'all. We might not even stop. Like you just got to keep going sometimes, right? You got to have the movement. You got to have the momentum. You have to have the trust, right? And once we have these things and you are resourced enough to know that you are truly blessed, that you are a blessing, and that's truly what we're here for, right? That's what we're on this earth for, to bring the blessings, to pour the blessings out, to be a vessel, right, for them to pour through us, okay, so that we can leave them on this earth, right, in a better form, in a better shape, right? And literally, again, just be in network. You go out of the network just to get back in network, okay? So, again, this is MindShift Monday. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. All right. And this is MindShift Monday, where we exercise everything else. So why not exercise the way that we think and see things, so that we can have a higher perspective and not be all in the bushes, not all in the forest, right? Sometimes you got to see through it. Sometimes you got to raise up, right? Fly a little higher so you can look down and say, oh, I see the landscape. I see what's going on here, right? You're not so caught up in the details where you can't see the plan, but then you can also, you're able to zoom in, zoom out, move exactly how you need to without just thinking one direction, all right? One dimension, right? And also, again, it's brought to you by leadingwhilelearning.com. You never know who you will inspire. This is a heart-based frequency, so it's all love for growth and expansion. And I will see you guys later. I appreciate y'all so much. Again, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and hopefully this empowered, enlighten you. And I will see y'all soon. All right, peace.